Hi guys, welcome back to the Break Free Podcast with Rachel. And I have a very special guest today. Harry Dela Cruz is joining me. You guys, this man right here, I always call him my guru, and you're about to find out today why. And I feel so grateful to have him in my life and that he agreed to come on here and share a little bit of his, knowledge and with everybody else today. So, all right. How you doing?
Doing great.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. So he, this is totally out of your comfort zone, right?
Yes, it is.
Which I am so grateful that he agreed to come on and do this with me because, like I said, this man is a guru. He has so much great life experience and knowledge to share with everybody. I feel so grateful that he's done that for me. If you guys have seen any of the fitness festival videos, he has been a part of those. And very talented person. But since the moment that I started the fitness festival, Harry reached out to me and he wanted to find out how he could be a part of it. And he has been a part of it since day one. So many cool things that he does. We don't have time to get into all of them today, but we are going to go ahead and just find a little bit more about how he breaks free. So we're going to do a quick draw, okay? Just to get warmed up. We got to warm him up, right? So what is your favorite podcast?
My favorite podcast in this series?
No, in just in general.
And there's a lot of them.
Yeah. What's one that comes to your mind that you're really into right now?
So right now, how do you say her name? Brene Brown?
Yeah. Brene Brown?
Brene Brown.
Yeah.
That's what I'm listening to right now.
Okay.
But I'm listening to multiple. Deepak Chopra.
Yes.
The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. That's one that I continuously listen to.
Okay.
Over and over. But so those are opposite ends of the spectrum in how we see life, right?
Yeah.
One's a more holistic spiritual approach and the other one's more of a logical analytics in life.
Yeah.
So that balances it for me.
Yeah. I love that. Great ones. How about favorite book?
The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. That's why, again, I read that one over and over because it's very important to be present. That's the basis of the book.
Okay, The Power of Now. Mm-hmm. I have not read that. I have heard of it for sure. But if it's one of Harry's favorites, then I need to find out why. So I'm going to have to read that. How about favorite quote?
Again, a lot of them. But one of my favorite... so one of my favorites is actually Bob Marley.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Don't give up your soul for riches because wisdom is better than silver and gold.
Oh, that's very fitting for you. Yeah, no, that it true. I mean, it is a great quote, but to hear you say that, I'm like, that is so perfect for you.
It is.
Yeah. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Like in a few minutes, what could you share with us about who you are? Maybe, just who you are.
Okay. So funny story, since you were talking about quotes and defining who you are. One of my favorite quotes also by Bob Marley. So I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm from the island. So Bob Marley's a staple. And, he never attended college, but he was a very wise man. So I can relate to a lot of the things he said. And as far as who you are, one time during an interview, someone asked him the same question, who are you? And his answer was people. The people, they call me Bob. But my true name is in the making, which will be revealed after I'm gone, right? Mm-hmm. When my legacy is left behind. So I can relate to that because I do a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But in the end, I'm just trying to make sure that I give more than I take,
Mm-hmm.
and that everywhere that I go, what's left behind is what I have given. And no matter what industry I'm in, I want to be able to contribute. And eventually, when people look back at that, how I've contributed to their lives, that's really what I did. That's really what I've accomplished.
Mm-hmm. Wow, you are truly, truly living in that, because Harry is somebody that I have written many, many times in my gratitude book. I have written that how grateful I am for him and the impact that he has made in my life. So to hear you say that, and that's I love that I asked who are you? How could you explain that? And that would be your response. And I would say that that is truly who you are, and that is what you're living in. And so it's really cool to see somebody living in there, like having integrity for who they say they are. That is truly the way that they live. And so, okay, what does break free mean to you?
Well, so I think just a premise of how I think, because to lay the foundation, I feel a lot of these questions are very in depth.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's how I see life in general, which is probably what makes me so awkward. So in breaking free is truly staying true to yourself and what you believe. And in short form, because I think that's a question that I could answer over a whole day's conversation, breaking free and how I really feel about it. But in podcast format, it's having clarity in your intention of who you are and what you want to contribute, and being able to stay the course no matter what life throws at you, being able to break free from all the noises and all distractions and all the unknowns that life was going to throw at you, because you were so determined to stay on course and be true to who your true intentions and what you want to achieve. Mm-hmm. And breaking free is being able to deflect all of those things and stay on course. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without a doubt. I think that I love that part, the way that you explain breaking free. So we're always breaking free from something, like we're always breaking free, and we're always breaking free into something at the same time, right? As long as you're always moving forward, you're always, that's life. Mm-hmm. And really thinking about the noise in life, and really what that's so many things. That's so many things of life. And you're saying, so really breaking free from the noises.
Well, I think pretty much getting caught up. So in essence, in the way I see it, breaking free is step number one. Don't become a prisoner, right? So that you don't have to break free. Mm-hmm. So first of all, is not giving into those noises that can imprison you, whether it's distractions and things that happen in general life. Mm-hmm. Going back to the clarity, if your clarity and your intention is such, and it's so clear, then it's pretty hard to become distracted and get caught up in those noises. But basically anything that distracts you from that path is the noise.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. I love that. Thank you. Break free. Okay, what brings you joy in life?
Everything. The good, the bad, the difficult, the challenges, the things that to the untrained eye would seem negative, which to me and the way I live and the way I see life, they are not. Whether it's a broken bone or a loss or financial loss, I don't see any of those things as a negative at all. Mm-hmm. Life is full spectrum, and everything is a process, and a story that has a beginning and no end is an incomplete story. A process that has a beginning and no end is an incomplete process, and life is a process. Mm-hmm. You can't have the positives without the negatives. They're all self-balancing. So anytime those perceived negatives happen, then that's a balance check saying I'm on the right path, right? Mm-hmm. A positive has been balanced. To me, that transaction is complete. Mm-hmm. So I feel good because it allows me to grow to the next level, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say that that's something in life that I feel like I'm for the first time truly stepping into that, seeing every single thing, the good, the bad, the ugly, as that truly nothing is bad. That
it's the whole story.
Yeah.
It's the complete story.
Right.
Which is where this genuine spirit that you have comes from, is because it's the complete story, the good and the bad, right? That's one of the things that shows that you're a genuine person, as opposed to, I use social media, for example, because a lot of what I do is on there. But you see people post about only the positive things. Well, that's not real. There's no such thing. I mean, that's an incomplete story, and it would be a single-sided spectrum story. So one of the things that make you and people like you be genuine is the fact that you're showing the full story, the good and the bad, and everything in between.
Right, because that's life, right?
Exactly.
You can't have the yin without the yang.
Absolutely.
And I think, there, with what you just said, and I feel so grateful to be stepping into this place in life where just truly knowing that is the truth, that there, even in the bad and the things that people label bad and horrible or ugly or whatever in life, of those things you can't, that everything happens for a reason. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, everything happens the way that it's supposed to happen. So if you're, I guess where I'm going is, like, I used to fight against everything, right? Things didn't go my way or things didn't happen perfectly. It was immediately, oh my God, this is so hard. This is bad. This isn't the way it was supposed to be, because I had it in my mind that it needed to be this certain way. Well, no, it's not bad. Instead of looking at it as something bad, I'm being guided in the direction that I'm supposed to be guided in, right?
Correct.
This is actually a good thing that's happening, right? Everything is good. We're all being guided.
Well, everything is bad, depends on how you look at it. But it all has to be
True. Yeah. What's your perspective?
Exactly. In relation to what, right?
Yeah.
Now, one thing I want to point out, maybe my psychology has always been the same, but I haven't always manifested it this way.
Okay.
So many years when I was younger, I was driven by financial success and financial achievement. And at that time, a less emotionally mature version of me measured everything in financial success, because there was nothing else to compare it to. That's all I knew. And at that time, that was an important thing in my life, earlier in life, right? So I would only measure things in did I achieve? So I would have a financial goal every year, and it was either you achieved it or not. And at that time, my priorities, there was no priorities. There was only one thing that mattered: financial success. Because I've attained that level, where it has satisfied my curiosity for what those levels can be. Now, I how do you say in English? I went there, I saw it, I came back, and so who I am now, it would be very easy to say not to be distracted by those things. But the only reason why I can be the way I am now is because I was there. I was not impressed. So now I'm back.
Yeah.
So when I say in relation to, or all things are bad or good, I understand how it is normal for most people to have that constant measurement.
Yeah.
And being able to have that perspective of always achieving. But for me, where I am now, it's not how I've always been. So I can relate to people that are not there, because they still want to do those things.
Right. We're all on our own journey.
Exactly. Your journey is not their journey.
Right. Well, I would love to know, what's your favorite part about, I would say that Harry's specialty is giving. Like, he is such a giving person. He talked about it in the beginning when I asked him who he was, or to explain, about himself or whatever he wanted to share. And so at the end of every podcast, we ask our guests to give some things that, people can start to use in their lives, to implement in their lives. And I really feel like for you, something that brings you joy, even though I know you said everything does, but I feel like the theme for you along the way has been that giving brings you joy. Would you agree?
Absolutely. So as a human being, contributing, right?
Yeah.
It's one of the human needs. And depending on which book you read, there's either 5 core human needs or 7 core human needs, but one of them is contributing and growing. I find a lot of fulfillment in that aspect. Now, later in life for me, I can define that as wealth is not defined by what I have, but by my lack of need of things, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very content in pretty much every area of my life. So I find the joy in giving and helping other people achieve that level, or at least find the path to where they can also enjoy that true wealth of being content with life or fulfilled by life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, what tools and tips can others use today to start implementing that in their lives?
Okay, so first, clarity. Have clarity in your purpose and your intention.
Mm-hmm.
I can draw you out a map of how to get somewhere, but if you don't take inventory of where you are now and where you want to go, there's no path that can get you there because you don't know where you are and where you want to be. So first, get clarity of intention. What is it that you're going to stand for? What is it that you want to achieve, and define it. Mm-hmm. Define it down to the absolute finite details of what is that vision that you have. Mm-hmm. Once you're clear in that vision of where you are and when you want to be, then we can begin drawing a path. Of course, the first one being not being distracted by the noises of life, and that happens by having a clear intention and purpose for every day, every week, every month, every year. Whether that means to write it down and have a very specific picture of what it is that you want to achieve, that's the first step. Mm-hmm. Is you need to be able to define what it is that you want. Otherwise, you're just going to be zigzagging, right? Mm-hmm. In and out of traffic, wondering where to go.
Yep.
So that's the first step. The second step is once you have clarity of intention and what you want to achieve, take inventory of your assets, of your strengths and your weaknesses as a human being. We are not all built the exact same. We all have different psychology, different views, different upbringings, different perspectives, and an endless number of differences. It's very easy to almost have a sticky note on your forehead about the things that you're not good at, the things that I suck at, because other people will do a really good job at reminding yourself, or you will do a really good job at reminding yourself. And it's almost like you have a sticky note always reminding you those things. It's really easy to do that. You need to break free from that. Mm-hmm. And you need to take a stand for what you believe, what defines you, and what your strengths are. Mm-hmm. For example, I see people with the fitness clothing that says something like, "I will defend this house," right? Oh. Sounds pretty brave.
Yeah.
Defend your thoughts first. Defend your mind. Mm-hmm. Defend your heart, defend your beliefs and your purpose. Then we'll worry about the house later. Mm-hmm. Once you're in a position, of strength. The first thing is defend your purpose and your mission so that you're not distracted by the noises of life. But first, that comes from having clarity, right? What it is that you want. Take inventory of your strengths and know that those are things that you first contribute. Your body, right? We're in the fitness industry. It's really good to take care of your body. Your body is the temple of your soul, right? Mm-hmm. So that's your temple. So whether you believe in spirituality or religion, if you see a temple, it's sacred. Everybody protects the temple. Well, your body's the temple of your soul. Mm-hmm. So you first have to protect that. That's where the true you lives, inside that, right? Once you're in that space where you've taken care of the basics and you've protected your mind, your ideas, your heart, your body, then you can formulate a plan, right? Now you're in a position of strength. Now you can go attack your mission face on and have a map to achieve that. So immediate tips and tools is to take an inventory of the things that you are good at and the things that you're not good at. I'm really good at being behind the camera. I'm not very good at being in front of the camera. That's just one of the assessments I can take. Being an introvert. Some people are an introvert person. Some people are an extrovert. Once you understand those things, you don't use them as a crutch to, a cop-out, mm-hmm. to not succeed, but you use those things, you recruit those as skills. Even mm-hmm. if they're a negative, quote-unquote mm-hmm. negative, you recruit that as a skill. Then what are you good at that doesn't require you being in that position? it doesn't mean you don't go in a position where it's outside of your comfort zone. So to recap, assess with clarity what it is that you intend to achieve. Emulate a person who has achieved that. Rachel is an amazing role model for everyone. If for all of you who are watching this, see how she has attacked life head on, regardless of the situation, regardless of the challenges. If you look at what I'm saying, you can see in Rachel's path, she had a very clear intention of what she wanted to achieve, and she set out to achieve it. She put a team together. So emulate someone in your community that has achieved the things that you want to achieve, that has overcome the challenges. So that's one of the easiest ways of becoming successful or at achieving what it is you want to achieve. Look at someone who has done that and follow them, emulate them, partner with them. Mm-hmm. That would be my recap on the advices. I could talk about that all day long.
That was great. And I am so grateful for you taking your time to come on the podcast today and doing something that is uncomfortable for you. He is often behind the camera, you guys, and he does amazing work. But not only does he do amazing work, he just, seriously, there is not anybody that has met Harry that does not love him. And that's because that he radiates love and joy. And that is something that, I wake up every single day and I pray that I radiate love and joy and that people leave me feeling better than when they came to me. And that is what Harry does. So thank you for sharing some of your knowledge today on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And all right, guys, thanks for joining us. Oh, wait, no. Harry, if they want to find you, how can they find you?
They did.
No. See, and that is why I almost skipped over it because I knew he was going to say something like that. Do you have a website? Can they find you on social media?
Probably Instagram is typically.
Okay, Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
Della Films.
Della Films. All right. Della Films. That's where you can find him on Instagram, Della Films. He, like I said, he shoots a lot of video. He has some cool stuff. So, all right. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the Break Free podcast by Fitness Festival Events. You can find our website at fitnessfestivalevents.com, where you can learn more about the events we have coming up, our Break Free community, and much more. For Instagram and Facebook, find us at Fitness Festival Events, or for our community, Break Free Community. For Rachel, you can find her on Instagram at rachel.pastor and email rachel@fitnessfestivalevents.com.